What does a fly who we intuitively consider a pest have to do with eradicating hunger? Nature has the answers if we seek it. Meet the black soldier fly, courtesy Entojutu. Hello and welcome to Chazuba Talks, the show that connects good souls globally. I'm Tej, your host, and in today's episode, we will talk with Toby Adegbite Gabriel, founder of Entojutu. We'll get to know how the ubiquitous insect is making a difference at reducing waste, and how Chazuba has supported his endeavor. Welcome, Toby. Pleasure to meet you.
Thank you very much. Thank you. Thank you for having me here.
Toby Gabriel is a biologist and farmer from Nigeria. His passion for insects, and especially for the black soldier fly, has its origin in the many misfortunes he experienced as an active farmer. We'll hear about that, Toby.
Mm.
One of the bigger problems he sees is organic waste, which rots and releases methane, one of the most devastating greenhouse gases. So, coming to Toby. Toby, when did you come across the fly and did it literally fly into your life?
So literally, thank you for having me once again. So literally, the fly flew into my life because it came in the midst of a storm at a time where
Uh
I
huh.
was a young passionate farmer and I was failing. Right. So literally, fruit. It came into my life at a time where I needed a solution for the problem I was facing personally as a farmer. So I
Uh
give you a
huh.
brief about my background before that. I started out as a biochemist, as an environmental biologist, and a public health scientist who was passionate about climate change, about the environment. And I started with doing activism and getting more people to know about the damage we are doing to our planet as a whole. But I had this little hobby by the side, which is agriculture and farming. So I decided, oh, I could inculcate these two together and use agriculture as a means to create the change I want to see in the environment and with regards to climate change. So during this time, wanting to do something different and get involved in solving problems, I became depressed as a means of that,
I can
which
understand. Yeah, totally
which
get it.
wasn't expected, right? So I went to start my farm in a rural village, a very rural place, and I went with so much pride, thinking I was better than these rural people, poor people. And by the way, Nigeria is the poverty capital of the world. So imagine the image I would see in those villages. I saw poor, wretched looking farmers. And I thought I'm like this educated dude, I'm young, I'm educated, I know what I want to do, I'm better than all of them, which I would guess I am.
Armed with the knowledge.
Yes, I had all the
Yeah.
knowledge. I had a little bit of money back then, and I felt
Uh huh.
these people are not serious with life. They don't know better. That's why they are poor. So I joined them.
Okay.
I think at the first year, I got 20 acres of land, which was quite big for a young man like myself.
Okay.
So I decided, oh, I'm going to do things different, and that also affected the way I treated the local people because I thought I was better. By the end of the first year, I want to cut the long story short because it's a long and painful, sad story, right? At the end of the first year, I didn't get anything from the farm with all my
Oh my
knowledge.
God.
With and prior to this time, I had worked in the agricultural sector as a consultant, as a trainer. So I was a trainer of people in the agricultural sector, but I was not left behind.
Imagine.
So I became as depressed as those rural people I thought I was doing better than. So as at that time, I was humbled. Yeah. So
Yeah, I can understand. I mean, when you think that you have the resources, you have the knowledge to grow something out of the soil. So, what was it that went wrong? Was it the soil? Was it the weather conditions? What went wrong?
yeah. So thank you very much for this question because um, I had all my projections, my projections were right, and I knew I did soil testing. I knew what I wanted to do, right? But the problem with agriculture, especially in low and middle income countries like Nigeria, is a systemic problem, right? There are a lot of
Uh
other
huh.
factors I can't control. Because, for instance, from the day you start farming, you start to get resources from outside your farm. So you get the seeds from
Oh,
outside,
okay.
year in, year out. You get the ever increasing seeds. You get fertilizer from outside. So the cost of entry as a rural farmer is high already. So all you do is farm to secure the cost for next year.
Ah, okay.
So it was a systemic problem that my education did not exempt me from. By the way, I failed
All
the
right.
first year. I did 20 acres of land. And the second year, I increased. After I lost my whole team that we started together, I decided to go again because I was passionate about it. I increased, and almost the same thing happened again. So I saw that this problem was a
Oh,
systemic problem because the way agriculture is being practiced now, it is unsustainable by the way.
not sustainable.
But still,
Yeah,
it is
right.
not
So
profitable because we have to use chemicals.
it's
You
still
have to buy. Before we even talk about
true.
the ill effect of these chemicals, we talk about the ill effect of our whole production process. Let's talk about the cost for a
Correct.
while, right?
Okay.
You have
All
to buy
right.
these seeds, you have to buy the chemicals, you have to buy the fertilizer. So the cost of entry is high
Yep.
for local people.
And that is when you realize why those poor farmers are looking the way they
Yeah,
are.
because I began to look like them too.
I totally
My
get
head
it.
was
All
always
right.
hanging
So
low because I was in debt.
yeah, I
That
can
was it.
totally
Yeah.
get it. Yes. So, Toby, now you focus on the basic circular economy,
Yeah.
right? You are looking at the end product more than the actual. So, I wouldn't say the actual beginning, but yes, the end is where the beginning is. Is
Yeah.
that how you put it?
Yeah.
All right, perfect. And tell us about this process. What happens with the black soldier
Oh,
fly?
so I'll
What is
tell you.
the quality of this?
So I'll tell you to stop me when I speak too much, because anytime I get to speak of the
Okay,
flies, I'm in love with them. By
and
the
you
way,
can't stop. You are enamored by the big black uh, eyes and the
yeah.
wings.
So I would tell you the fly is amazing, and my journey to meeting the fly, apart from the fact that I met them at the time where it's a need for me, right?
Uh huh.
So the flies, I introduce you to the flies. They are called the black soldier fly,
Yes.
Hermesia illucens. Is the scientific name. And what they do basically is that they eat up organic. So anything that is an organic material, they eat it up. And they are voracious eaters. So when I say they eat it up, and in the same vein, I say they don't eat, that's a contradiction, right?
Right.
Because the
Yeah,
flies don't
absolutely.
eat. So they are big and they don't
Yeah.
eat. They look more like a wasp.
So you have laborer, but the labor does not cost you any food.
Yeah. So what the flies do, the
Wonderful.
larva of the fly, they don't eat at that adult stage. So the larva of the fly eats up any type of organic material, be it organic waste,
Okay.
be it food stuff, be it food scrap, be it waste from the abattoir, be it waste from your kitchen, be it any type of organic materials, the larva of the fly eats up, and they are very, very voracious eaters.
Oh,
Now I'm
okay.
talking about their
Right.
eating habits, but why are they of interest to us? Now, one, apart from the fact that they are an agent of waste management, by the way, because I say they eat, the larva of the fly is a natural feed for fish, poultry, and pig, right?
Okay. All right.
I would ask you a question. Do you go fishing? Do you fish at all?
I don't go fishing, but I eat fish.
Oh, but you eat fish. Okay, nice. I know you must have seen videos of people fishing. And how do you think they fish? Normally, you see them with a hook, right?
Correct.
Yes.
Yes.
And what do you think is at the end of that hook?
The bait
Yeah, the bait. The bait is usually a worm, right?
of yes,
Yeah.
yes.
So that worm, that shows you that a fish is naturally drawn to worms.
Correct.
So the
Yes.
larva of the fly is the natural feed for fish, poultry, pig, and other small ruminants, monogastric animals, basically.
I get that. Oh,
So
great. I get that. I
so
get that.
after
Okay.
the larva of the fly eats up this waste, the larva is feed for these animals I've mentioned, and the waste remaining is organic fertilizer for my farm.
Awesome.
And
And it's full of nutrients,
and
I
it's full of
suppose.
nutrients. It's completely organic. So what we
Wonderful,
basically
wonderful.
we do is that we create an enabling environment for the flies to do what they would do in nature. We don't
I
do
get it.
anything different from what nature has enabled us to do. So what we do is we create an enabling environment for the flies, for the larvae of the fly to feed and for the flies to mate.
Wonderful.
Yeah.
And what brought you into this area? What got you into this fly, system where you understood that this is what is gold for us?
Yeah. So one during one of my failures, I like to talk about them a lot in agriculture. It was
Yeah,
because I did
failures teach you a lot of
I
things.
I decided okay, I'm not going to use the fertilizer, they are too expensive, it's inorganic and all that, and my plants didn't do well. That was one of the reasons I failed during that season. And after this time, I went for a training where we were supposedly being taught sustainable agriculture. And I saw that there was nothing different from what we were doing on the farm. During this time, I was online and I read about these flies. And I was like, oh, I can get fertilizer from waste. Why am I wasting my time? And I had another question in mind. If this is such a wonderful solution, why don't we have it everywhere? We all have waste at
Correct.
home. I'm
Yes.
sure in my kitchen now, though I don't anymore, I have library to eat
Absolutely.
them. But I'm sure everybody has some type of organic waste at home. And we have
Yes. Yes.
landfills everywhere. For instance, in Nigeria, 60% of our landfill is organic waste. And so it is in
True.
India. I've been to India too.
Yes,
So,
yes, absolutely.
so
So I know of, sorry to interrupt, but
okay.
I do know of earthworms that I have in my compost.
Yeah. So
But obviously, earthworms, the habitat is not in Nigeria, right?
yeah, it is. So I tell you the difference between this and using other type of worms. Why this is our insect of choice. So I give you an example. If you give me 100 kg, 100 kg of organic waste should be this high.
Uh huh.
So in
Okay.
10 days, the larva would have eaten that 100 kg up to 20 kg of waste. Now that is not waste no more. It is now biofertilizer for your plant.
Yes,
No
yes.
other worm is as voracious as that. And they do
Oh,
the
okay.
process of vermicomposting in such a short time, in 10 days. Normally we do vermicomposting in 3 months, right? So imagine
Yes, it takes
having
about
that
three
same
months.
process in just 10 days.
Wow.
Yeah.
Okay. So you're speeding up the
So you are
process.
speeding up the process without actually doing anything, just allowing nature to do its course.
Ah, okay. Got it.
Yeah.
Got it. Wonderful. That is amazing. That is amazing. So now you are breeding the flies, or they breed on their own and they are able to,
So we
you
breed,
come to
we
a
create,
stage
what we
where
do
you,
is we create an enabling environment for the flies to breed. So they breed, they
uh-huh.
give us eggs, we incubate the eggs become larvae, we feed the larvae to waste. So we basically feed them to organic
Okay.
waste from the central laboratory just beside the office here. So we take
Okay.
waste from the
That's
abattoir, then we feed them to the
okay.
larva. Yeah,
Uh-huh.
they eat
So
up the larva, and
so
that's
I have
food
a
for
question.
animals. Yeah.
I have a, Toby, I have a question where, what if there is not enough organic waste? I don't know whether that happens, but
Okay.
what if there's not enough organic
So
waste?
this is the question: is there ever going to be not enough organic waste?
Uh, I doubt it, but
So
you
because
never
because we
know.
eat, and you remember when I said they eat all type of organic waste, even if
Okay.
there's no food waste per se. We have,
Uh-huh.
tell Function not to call me. Even if sorry about that.
Okay.
Even if we eat all our food waste, we still bring out excreta right away.
Oh, okay.
That is
So
also
somewhere
food.
or the other you have.
So one way or
Oh
the
my
other,
goodness.
we
Oh,
can't exhaust the organic waste we have. For
okay. Got
instance,
it.
for
Got it.
now,
Got it. So,
we don't feed them food waste, the ones we have here in the office. Just behind me, by the way.
oh,
The ones we have here in the
yeah, I
office,
know.
we don't feed them entirely food waste. We feed them waste from the rumen content of
Okay.
cows, during the
Okay.
sacrificing process.
Oh, okay. All right. Okay. Get it. Get it. So you would never fall short of this
Yeah, you
organic
would
waste.
never.
So you just need the waste and you need the flies and that's it. You've
That's
got your
it.
manure and
And your feed.
that's it. Okay.
Oh, by the
I'm
way,
sure this
it's
has changed
food
the life
too.
of the farmer.
And by the way, you can eat the lava too. I have.
You're
It's
really okay.
crunchy and it's nice. It's edible.
I don't think I want to. I don't think I
Don't
want
worry,
to
I'll
taste
bring some
something
for
that
you
I
when I
know
come
which
to
is.
India.
All right, we'll see about that. So I'm sure, Toby, this has changed life for the farmer. The farmer is very happy. And are you seeing happy farmers now?
Oh, okay. So I track back a little bit and I tell you why I decided not to do this because it's a solution for me first of all, right? So how did I come to a place where I decided, okay, we need to bring other farmers in? So I saw that, for instance, in Nigeria, there's rural urban migration a whole lot. Agriculture is not attractive to nobody anymore. We don't have more youth coming to farm because there are lots of Tobis coming into agriculture, starting and failing and running away and trying to get other careers they can go into. So I saw that the situation of these rural farmers would always remain the same if nothing is being done about it. And I've seen charity
Right.
organizations come and give them food and give them clothes and all that. And when you come back next
Right.
year, it's still the same situation because the food you gave them last week would finish. Right? There's this
Correct.
popular saying that it is better to teach how to fish than give someone fish. So what I've
Yeah.
seen is
True.
that
True.
now we can I believe that change can happen only through a concerted effort when we all come together and play our part, right? So what
Yes.
we do right now is bring farmers together, teach them secular solutions like the black soldier fly. So imagine having a farm without waste. So imagine you have a poultry farm, your birds give you excreta, and you feed those excreta to the flies. They eat it up and they recycle your nutrients back to the birds, and the birds also give you excreta and it goes back. So I don't need to preach circular economy to these farmers. Already,
Correct.
circularity is in what they practice when they adopt. So what we do at Entojutu is we aid farmers to adopt technologies like this, nature-based technology, secular technology. By the way, we do cricket farming, we do palm weevil farming. Also, these are secular technologies that the farmers can adopt. But our success metric is not by the number of farmers we have trained.
Okay.
It's by the number of farmers that have adopted this technology and it's creating a change in their lives. So we
Okay. All
basically
right.
don't give farmers handouts. We
Yeah.
train them
You
and we
you're
work
training
with
them.
them to see that
Okay.
they adopt and their lives and their farms begin to work after working with us.
That's a wonderful thing you're doing. That's amazing. And that's so selfless of you to do that.
Thank you very much.
Right. So, what is next on the agenda, Toby? Is there anything else that you're going to be spreading onto into?
Ah, okay. So I don't like talking about the numbers, but I have to do that now. So right now we've trained 137 farmers. We have four adoption centers, five adoption centers actually. We have three in Kenya, East Africa, two in Nigeria, um, and we have 30 new farmers that we just trained 2 weeks ago. We finished their training 2 weeks ago, and they are all adopting. We have 28 of them already starting to set up their own places.
Wow.
And so
Wonderful.
going forward, we are going to be training a lot of more farmers, hopefully, with our partners. We are going to make sure that the farmers we have trained adopt. And our process, we have a model by which we work. We call it the deal model. Demonstrate, experience, adopt, and leverage. Right? We've
Okay.
demonstrated that this works. We bring the farmers to a place where they experience this process. That's why we have our training center here, where I'm speaking from today. Then we
Okay.
aid them, we monitor them, we help them to adopt what they've been trained, and we the next step is for them to leverage on technologies like this and also look into nature because solutions are abundant in nature, right?
I am sure,
So
yes.
with us,
We just have to look
look
in.
into nature with them and look at other solutions that are available in nature that can help the farmers become sustainable. Sustainable. We are talking about environmental sustainability. We are talking about financial sustainability. We are talking about sustainability as a community, right? I would like to bring an angle to it, right? A lot of people tell me, just you are basically helping communities to manage their waste. And
Yes,
I say that it's not just about management of their waste. So I give you an instance, the community, because we are in a rural community here in Nigeria. We have a huge hill-like looking organic waste dump site here. And there's a stream just beside the dump site. At this time of the year, the stream is completely dark. Now, this is the stream that
oh,
feeds villages around this community. So we are not just helping them
correct.
manage organic waste in the sense of it. We are helping them manage
It is,
public
yeah,
health because this is the water they
absolutely.
drink from. So imagine every farmer in this village sees the organic waste not as waste but as a resource.
Yeah,
That dump site
yeah,
is going to disappear in no time. And what happens to the water naturally? It becomes pure. It becomes since there is no waste feeding it anymore.
yeah. It's like perfect. It's like a domino effect, right?
So
Everything else gets sorted out as
get
well.
sorted out. So, and that's what we want the farmers to see. So, going forward, hopefully, we get the support we need. We are going to be having what we call a flies village. We call it the flies village because the fly is like the king of our whole process. It's like our star boy, like we like to say in Nigeria.
Just yeah, I know. Just the other day, I was reading up on this book, The Lord of the Flies.
Oh yeah,
So, of course, that's a different
that's not a
story,
good
and
book, by
yours
the
is a
way.
different story. That's not a good book. Yeah. So, but yeah, but what you are doing is basically
Yeah,
the Lord
yeah.
of the
So,
Flies. Wonderful,
so
wonderful.
what we are going to
So,
be
do you have
having
any
is
partners who are?
we are going to be having like a flies village. We call it the flies village because we are starting with this community with the fly. So in this village we call it a village. It's going to be like a center, right? Where we are going to be reeling out secular solutions to communities. So from black soldier fly rearing, which is basically waste management, waste to feed to food. We are going to be doing pyrolytics of organic waste, fibrous waste. We are going to be rearing
Mhm.
crickets. We are going to be rearing palm weevil. So in this flies village, we have solutions like that rural farmers can come,
Or,
learn from, go adopt, and better their own lives. I would like to say again
absolutely.
that we are not doing charity. We are an NGO, but we don't do charity. Like I tell my farmers all the time, we are not here to help you, and they get shocked. They are like, "So why are you here?" So we tell them we are not here to help you. We are here to work with you. We are here to work together with you. We have some solution to your problems, but we are here to work together with you, see you do the work to make sure that sustainable change actually comes through you and to your communities.
Okay, all right. Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. So you have partners who are helping you out with this?
Yeah, so we have a few partners for now. We are open to accept more. We are working with Making More Health Initiative, which is an initiative of Beringer England in Germany. We have the Sweet Foundation, which is, oh, by the way, I attended Kantari in India, in
Kantari,
Trivandrum.
yes. Yes.
Yeah, so we have the Kantari Sweet Foundation. Oh, by the way, we have Chizuba too.
Yes, I'm coming to that.
Yeah, so
So
we
how
we have we have a few partners we are working with training communities. We have a few partners like our partners in Kenya. We have Bawa Kenya. We have GAS. We have Core Health and Wealth Initiative, and I'm actually a pioneer for collaborations. So, for instance, we have
wonderful.
more farmers in Kenya even than we have in our home country, Nigeria. And this is the power of collaboration. I've been to Kenya just three
Yes.
times this year. I'm always here in Nigeria. But because we have
Uh-huh.
partners that also are present in communities that want to see change happen, we can collaborate with them, bring these solutions to them, and spreading the solution is a little bit easier because we have like-minded people we
Yes.
can work together. So we are always open to collaborations. We cannot do it alone. We can have awesome solutions. You can have the best solution you have. But if you see it and you bring it locally, there's just so much you can do. There's so much you can do with your team. So I believe in the power of
Yes.
collaborations a lot, and I've seen it work.
Wonderful, wonderful, wonderful. So tell us about Chezuba and the collaboration you've had with
Oh
Chezuba.
God, Chizuba was a lifesaver at the time, and you know how,
Lifesaver.
yeah, you know how working in non-profits are, because we are not a huge financial institution. We don't reel out salaries in thousands of dollars to employees.
True.
It's a little bit, it's not a joke to run an NGO, to run a non-profit.
You need to be
you
passionate.
you need to be
Yes.
passionate about it. So Chizuba came at a time where I lost some of my staff, and we had a lot of work to do, and I couldn't do it alone. So I'd like to mention Puneet from India. He's the founder of Start, and I was talking with him, how founders do, and we were sharing. And he told me, "Oh, there's this platform you can go to, you get volunteers." And initially, I didn't take it serious. I was like, "Oh, a lot of them at the end of the day ask you to pay some kind of money. We don't have the funds to pay them." And it
Yeah.
was like, just try it, it's so good. Then I uploaded our documents, applied to get a volunteer, and I was shocked. The first volunteer I got, I'm still working with him now, Elero. He's such a wonderful guy to work with. We wanted to remodel our website. The website we are building with him is not up yet, but it's just await it. He's a wonderful guy to work with. And I've worked with a few more volunteers from
Yeah, you
Chizuba,
joined
and
back.
it's been a wonderful experience. Wonderful experience. They help us do the work we can't do alone. We get volunteers from all over the world, and Chizuba is always ready to help, always ready to know what's going on.
Let's take a break to understand what Chizuba is. Everyone at some point ponders on how this beautiful life can be made more meaningful. Maybe you're a leader trying to enhance your employees' experience at your organization. Or you already work for the community and seek volunteers with state of the art skills to strengthen your nonprofit. Whatever your situation, know that you can make a difference. Chizuba began with this very vision, a vision to facilitate every skill and every passion in the world in meeting a social need. Corporate volunteering has several benefits for both businesses and organizations. In parallel, experienced and enthusiastic volunteers join NGO workers, enabling them to serve the community more effectively. Chizuba offers everyone looking to add purpose and meaning to their lives a chance to connect or volunteer virtually with nonprofit organizations from over 100 countries around the world. Visit www.chizuba.net and explore opportunities to find meaning. Chizuba, your platform to do good. And now, back with our guest. Right. Toby, tell us how Chizuba was instrumental in helping you out with when your times were not that good.
Yeah, so thank you very much for that question. Chizuba came at a time where um, I needed help as the founder of an NGO. And it was a time where I lost a few of my staff, and we had a lot of work to do, especially when I was the second time I was going to Kenya to see our beneficiaries there. So I
Hmm.
needed technical help with the website. I needed help drawing out PowerPoint and all that. And it was overwhelming for me to do, even for the little team I had left. So a friend of mine, Puneet Singh, referred me to Chizuba, and I thought, oh, these platforms would always ask for money, and we don't have so much money as an NGO.
Uh-huh.
We
Uh-huh.
don't have money to pay. But I decided to try it out. He actually forced me to try it out. And
Yeah, I have to say thank you. Thank you, Puneet Singh.
and and the first volunteer I got actually made me fall in love with Chezuba because
Wonderful.
he was so on point. Before I finished explaining, he would understand what needs to be done and he would do it. And I would also like to say that Chezuba would always check up on you. It was more like Chezuba was a partner to see that the progress of the said job I had given the
You
volunteer
succeed.
works out. Yes, sometimes I see Chezuba mails and I run away. I'm like, oh, Chezuba has sent another email. I have to respond. Probably I've forgotten to reach out to the volunteer. You'd always see Chezuba check up, make sure that the work is done. And it's something I'm also learning from. I'm working with our partners. Chizuba has been wonderful. I would tell any NGO, especially anybody starting out, work with Chizuba. You'll get the help you need.
Yay. So happy to hear that. Thank you so much. Thank you for those kind words. And you
Mm.
completed the project. What were the projects that were done by the
Yeah,
volunteers?
I completed two projects with Chizuba. I have one still ongoing.
Uh-huh.
And the one I still have ongoing is the one with, um, yeah, yeah. Are they doing, yeah, yeah, yeah. Then, oh, okay. So I had a presentation in Kenya for a conference, and I needed someone to help me out with the PowerPoint. So I reached out to Chizuba. We got connected to Adidoye, and I gave her the materials she needed, and she would always, even at that time, we had a lot of work going on here, and I was like, okay, just get it done. When I'm on the flights to Kenya, I will get back to you. And she would always get back to me, tell me this is where I am. What do you want me to do? This is what I need to do. And I think we completed the project even before I let Chezuba know we had completed the project. It was
Ah, okay.
all done and dusted. And I was like, oh, let's wait till the project time is over. Then we can let Chezuba know. We were just chilling. It was so good with her. And I think even till now, I still like communicate with her sometimes and just check up on her. It's so wonderful working with her. I would
That is
I,
incredible.
I would
Incredible.
employ her if we had an opening actually.
Awesome. That is so awesome. That's wonderful. Yeah. Thank you so much, Toby, for joining us and talking to us
Thank you
about your
very much.
inspirational story of the black soldier fly. And of course, you're working in the field of sustainability and you're working in the field of basically the circular economy.
Yeah.
And may your tribe increase.
Amen.
Um, it has been an absolute honor to have you on our talks. Thank you
Thank
so
you very
much.
much.
Thank you very
Thank you
much.
very
And
much.
all the best for your
Thank you
future
very much.
endeavors.
Thank you very much. Thank you, Tej. Thank you, Carissa. Bye.
Till bye bye. See you all in the
And
next episode,
see you.
meeting yet another inspirational personality. Till then, goodbye.
Goodbye.